has been a lot of talk about a delayed election result. May not know the outcome for months, literally. All rise. The judge, as in Andrew Napolitano, joins us today. Judge, I hear this all the time. It's all over the internet. If January rolls around and there's no election result, constitutionally, Speaker Pelosi steps in and becomes the acting president. Is that right?
Well, good morning, Stuart. It's always a pleasure to be with you. It might be right. President Trump's term ends at his current term ends at precisely noon on January 20th, 2021. If the Electoral College has not yet named a successor, presumably either Donald Trump or Joe Biden, then whoever is the Speaker of the House would become the acting President of the United States. If the Democrats retain their majority in the House, and it appears likely that they will, but if they do, and if they choose Mrs. Pelosi, knowing at that point that they're choosing the next President of the United States, then it would be she. They may choose somebody else, or they may not have the majority. The Republicans may have the majority. But stated simply, whoever is the sitting Speaker of the United States would become president at noon on January 20th, 2021, if the Electoral College has failed to elect someone.
Okay, so supposing Speaker Pelosi becomes the president at that moment, just suppose, how long is she acting president?
Until either the Electoral College chooses a successor to Donald Trump or declares that it is unable to do so, in which case the election for president goes to the House of Representatives, not for a majority vote, but for a vote by state. So each state delegation would vote on their own, independent of the way the popular vote in the state went, for either Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Actually, they could vote for anybody. And whoever had a majority of 26 states would then become the next president of the United States until January 20th, 2025. That has happened. That's how Thomas Jefferson was elected the first time around in 1800. It's how Rutherford B. Hayes was elected in 1876.
Good Lord. Well, Judge, thanks for straightening it out. I think you've surprised a lot of our viewers and terrified some as well. Judge Napolitano, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Come again soon.